So this is the sixth video in getting a fursuit head base that was designed for 3D printing ready for use with Pandafold. So where we're at now is we're getting close to the point where we're going to try to create a mesh that we can export and pattern. So first, we're going to thicken up the lip on the lower base. And the reason for this is because in my attempts to do this offline, it has been problematic because the lip is just too thin. So we're going to do a voxel extrude on that. This is one of my favorite tools in this program. First, we're going to go here and we're going to increase the resolution on this so we have a little bit more to work with. And what we're going to do is, so this tool allows you to just paint where you want to extrude things and then extrude that in the at one go. And because this tool allows you to paint like this, it makes it easy to only select the things that are visible. And I kind of don't care what happens to the inside of the mouth here. At some point, I want to get to patterning, and I'm just trying to get a result that gets us to a mesh that looks good on the outside. All right, so now, I kind of want to undo that a little bit. Roll with that. Okay. So now when I extrude this, I'm going to extrude it. Yeah, let's make it a little bit thicker than that. Let's make it 3 millimeters. Okay, so as you can see, though, that did what we asked. It made the lip thicker, but also created this jagged edge. So now we're going to clean up that jagged edge. So we're going to go here, and what we're going to do is make sure we're in ortho mode. We're going to go to the cutoff tool, and we're just going to use this to get back to our original lip shape here. Oh, edit, redo. I did not want to undo that. That's a special experience. Okay. Cutoff. So I'm just going to cut this sharp edge off that was created through extrusion. Right, awesome. Now we're going to look at that from the back, and we're going to cut off this little jagged section here. And let's zoom around and look at this and see if that looks okay. Okay. So now the other piece of this is I forgot to fill the holes in this. So if we go back to my voxel slice here, why it needs the measurement tool on at the same time, I don't know. You will see that it is hollow. So what we're going to do here is go to some other tool and then fill voids, close invisible holes, and we're going to save that. So now we should have no, this should be just fully solid now. Yes, that is fully solid now. Fantastic. Okay. So now we're at a point where I don't know what's going on there. I wonder if that's because of my undo there. All right, so yeah, okay, I see my problem. I'm still in the voxel hide tool. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing here, just for sanity's sake. I did not want to extrude. I just wanted fill voids. Okay, so now we're at this point, and what we should be able to do now is create a new part in our, or create a new sculpt tree node, parent it to everything else that we want to combine, if I can select it correctly. All right, and then we got our neck for patterning here. All right, so now we're at this point. And we are going to, I'm going to leave the bust there. I'm going to get rid of these two objects. I don't need them anymore. I'm going to save incrementally. And then what I'm going to do, parts. I'm going to clone this. All right, so at this point, I have this this part's cloned, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the bottom copy's resolution because there's really no point to have it at 2x. The only reason I did that was to make it easier to work with. I guess I have to go 50% on that. That would make sense. Resample. That's fine. All right, so I just did the only reason I did that was to make it easier to work with for extruding the lip. But this looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna save this, and then I'm gonna merge this subtree. I'm gonna turn off our original one here. And now we need to do a little bit of cleanup. So I'm just gonna go around and smooth some stuff out. I'm gonna turn my smoothing down and my depth down on the smoothing. It helps if I select the right thing. All right, so I think that has to be filled. Then I can smooth it out. But no, I don't want surface fill. Voxel tools. Right. So that thinks that way. All right, so I don't need this to be perfect because what we're going to do is we're going to remesh it using QuadRemesher and Blender. I have tried all of the remeshing tools in 3D Coat. I don't know why this little guy is hanging out here. I'm just going to see if I can sneak in there and smooth it. Little bit of smoothing around the nose here, not a lot. That was too much. That was a lot. Nope. Still too much. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now let's check this out. Maybe some smoothing on the top of the head. And we're going to call this good enough for patterning. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be pretty close. Okay, so now at this point, if we look at this, it is far too dense. So we need to remesh this. The remeshing tools in 3D Coat are having problems with this because it has too many small bits and I'd like cleaner edges on it. So what we're going to do instead is use Blender's QuadRemesher. So QuadRemesher is a commercial piece of software. You can get it for Nomad Sculpt for $12, which is a screaming deal. Or you can get it for Blender for like $48 or $60, something like that. And it's an amazing piece of technology. So what it does is it takes a dense mesh like this and it produces a nice pretty mesh for triangulation. If we weren't starting from a fursuit head that was intended for 3D printing, we would be in a better place. The other thing I want to do here now that I'm sitting here looking at this is let's get rid of whatever that dingly little bit up there is. I need to fill and close invisible holes because I'm sure this has some from our combination. All right, so now we're going to go back to voxel slice and just make sure that there are no surprises here. That it's, as far as the software is concerned, the mesh is solid, and it is. Okay, good. So now let's save this. We are going to, I'm going to export this as STL, and then I'm going to import it into Blender as STL, and I'm going to leave the current, I'm going to export the whole 1 million triangles out because I don't want 3D Coat trying to do anything to simplify it. It's not been doing a great job at that. So I'm going to export the 1 million triangles out as STL, import it into Blender, and I will see you in a moment.